the way I see it, there are a few things, not limited to, of course, which can be done itself. How if of course entity, that is you, the organizations, and of course the government, if can conduct some kind of sessions or forums or summits. The summit that I remember last was in 2018 in Andhra Pradesh in Vishakhapatnam. I mean, after that, I've not heard any such summits at such large intensity ever being done. So how, if there is a dialogue, Economic Times does a bit of this in very, very, again, short forms. But if something like that can be done in terms of these programs, they're good. They give a lot of investment to begin with, short investment, but the long term benefits are too. This is, of course, for all the CHROs, if they can compulsorily include this as part of their headcount budgets, or if they can include this as part of their training budgets, because you have to do both, hiring as well as training in terms of skill development, this will, go a long way. The third thing, which I think is leveraging, could you link the entire CSR? Government is giving a big time support today on how these things can be done. So where you could tie up with, let's say, NGOs or certain institutions and have partnerships with them, focusing predominantly on women development. In my experience, I've seen in one or two organizations that I worked, there is a lot of potential in women apprenticeship, but not many women understand. And lastly, which I feel is that if you can look at, you know, uh, how do you go local? I remember in one organization that we did, we actually walked into local people. We actually looked at understanding how you can train them. So we selected a few women, trained them in their house itself, and before they could really be ready to join an organization, ready at the basic level to come into the organization and then understand what it is. So post-COVID, especially, this really matters a lot. So go local, hire local, and go ahead with this kind of training, which will give a long-term benefit. I think these are some things that come top of my mind. In terms of the HR people itself is also one of the most important things. The business leaders themselves, I mean, I remember in my experience where I had to really push this whole thing in too many efforts really put in to show the business head that there is an advantage to this. But we have a long way to go. If you look at other global countries like UK region, especially, I'm one of those. I'm very fascinated with the UK model. The apprenticeship program is really building up so well there. We are too far behind as a country. But I wish it's picking up momentum. Apprenticeship program, government has given now clear guidelines, especially with this year's budget. There are very clear focus. There's a clear budget that is being invested in this area. Now it's up to the business leaders and, of course, groups like yours to bring that tie-up together so that the clear understanding of advantages and benefits are seen. I mean, if you remember our last conversation, we talked about where you kind of presented us the data about, looking at investing like 12,000 per person per month is going to give a benefit of 4 lakhs. I mean, if a business leader sees this, he is going to, put his eyes wide open and look at, seeing the benefits of it. And that's where, as I said, the CHR was of an organization have to mandatorily, compulsorily look at putting this as part of their budgets. And I mean, I can give you examples, but in the interest of time, I mean, the Taj story that we all talk about is a clear example of that. Look at the retention. People stayed there for 6 years and 7 years, compared to the high flying guys who just come and, leave the jobs for some lucrative offers, which is not as lucrative as one would want to see. But, these are some marvelous examples which industry can learn and proceed with.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of referencing, and I think as more stories get spoken about in public, which kind of motivates the other employers and organizations to adopt a plan.
You're right. See, the success story, the apprentice themselves also should see that, if I venture myself into training myself into this and the organization is willing to provide that support, I have to see success stories. I have to show them that, look, this is an individual who was like among your field, among your area, but look at where he is today or she is today. That kind of live examples are, of course, very few, because the demand is high, the supply is low. Obviously, you wouldn't have too many success stories, but there are. And those success stories, if can be showcased in these forums that I talked of, or the summits that we're talking about, it will actually start creating a wave of openness to this whole program.